Hey guys, it's Eric here and this is the unboxing and 24-hour review of the Umidigi 1. Before we begin, kindly hit that red button down below to subscribe and hit that bell icon to be notified when the next video drops. The Umidigi 1 is now available in Nigeria. I ordered this one from Jumia via Jumia Express and it delivered after 48 hours. First surprise here is the cereal. This is definitely new. The box is tucked into a sleeve and it has some of the specs on the back. When you open the box, you have a welcome note from Umidigi. You can pause the video to read it. You have your device. It's already placed inside this textured TPU case. I kinda like the case and I will be using it when I'm not out and about. You have an envelope that encloses a SIM ejector tool, a user manual. As you can see, it supports many 4G LTE bands including Glo 4G. You have a USB Type-C cable in red and you have a 5V 2A charger. That's all we have in the box. Let's take off the screen protector for a second. On the front, you have a 5.9-inch notched display with 1520 by 720 HD plus resolution and 19 by 9 aspect ratio. On the notch, you have a 16 megapixel camera with f2.0 aperture, a speaker and notification LED. On the back, you have a 12 megapixel plus 5 megapixel camera with f2.0 aperture and dual LED flash. On the left, you have a hybrid SIM tray that houses two 4G LTE ready nano SIMs or one SIM card and an SD card. On the right, you have a power button that doubles up as a fingerprint reader and volume rocker keys. On the bottom, you have your 3.5mm headphone jack, your microphone, your USB Type-C port and bottom firing speaker. On the top, you have another microphone. The Umidigi 1 looks like the love child between the iPhone 10 and Huawei P20, right down to the stainless steel frame and twilight color, just making it the most good looking phone in this price range. It does come in carbon fiber as well. Though compact, the Umidigi 1 is really heavy and doesn't in any way feel like a mid-ranger, more like a flagship that you would hate to drop accidentally. The Umidigi 1 ships with 4GB of RAM and 32GB of storage and is running on the Android 8.1 Oreo with a UI that almost seems like stock Android at first. It's powered by the MediaTek Helio P23 octa-core chipset clocked at 2.0 GHz and Mali G71 GPU. There's a 3550 mAh battery keeping this guy going. On the 1 Pro, you get twice the storage space. The battery is smaller by 8.5%. However, the 1 Pro makes up for this by supporting Quick Charge 2.0 and wireless charging. In the settings, you have a bunch of customization features like an option to hide your navigation key and another option to switch the back and running apps navigation buttons. This is definitely something I wish every Android smartphone had. Under display, you have a font style with lots of fonts to choose from. This one is for the teens and tweens. Shout out to you guys. You also get adaptive brightness toggle and night light, which is basically eye care with an intensity control for all your nighttime reading. You have Face ID as well. Let me register my face real quick. So my face is registered and that was very easy to set up. Let's test it out. It works. It's really fast as well, although no option to use it in the dark because there's no front-facing flash on this guy. While we're at it, we should test that fingerprint sensor. It works as well and it's fast. There's a feature for restricting background apps in order to boost foreground apps called Dura Speed. There's an FM radio app in the app drawer as well. In terms of gaming, I played PUBG on balanced/medium settings. It was a little bit choppy and the notch does cover some of your visuals, but it's still very playable. In terms of performance and running of everyday social media apps like Instagram and Snapchat, the Umidigi 1 handled them like a champ. Just can't get used to. Like imagine handling Snapchat really well. It doesn't have any of those bugs that I just can't get used to. The camera interface appears to be very clean with picture and video mode. The other settings like stereo mode aka portrait mode are tucked 2 clicks away. Both front and back cameras shoot in 1080p and 3GP format. The back camera has EIS which was turned on in this footage. Here are some photos I shot with the Umidigi 1 in different scenarios. Let me know what you think about the quality of the camera in the comment section down below. While using portrait mode, I had difficulty focusing and capturing photos. Results turned out not so good. Google Lens AI is embedded into the Photos app and it works to the best of its ability. About battery life, the 3550 mAh battery gave me about 6 hours and 30 minutes of screen on time with my medium to heavy usage. An update notification dropped immediately I powered it on, and I installed the update after making this video. So I'll be keeping you guys posted about battery life on social media. It took me 1 hour and 70 minutes to charge from 50 to 100%, which means it should take about 2 hours and 30 minutes to charge from 0 to 100%. The Umidigi one costs 55,900 naira, which converts to 155 US dollars, while the One Pro would set you back 67,900 naira, which converts to 190 US dollars. They are both available on Jumia Express, and I'll be leaving the links down in the description box. The Umidigi One and One Pro seem like mid-range killers with a perfect compact size for people like me who mostly use their phone in portrait. It has a glass sandwich body that's very rare for its price, and the internals that get the job done. Battery life is kinda average, but how many budget phones offer wireless charging and a Type-C port today? Overall, I think it's a budget phone worth considering. Thanks for watching, and do give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. If you're new and you made it to the end of this video, please hit that subscribe button. Notification squad, let me know what phone you'd like me to compare the Umidigi One with in the comment section down below, as I'll be doing the most requested video. See you in the next one. Peace.